Allen Balmer. Allen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's nice to have you with us today, and I'll tell you, I have a little help from your play-by-play baseball guy who's given me a few talking points. I don't know whether I needed them or not, but it's always nice to have a little help. But I want to welcome you to our program. This is your first time to visit the radio station, I think, and for sure, first time you've been on Coleman and Company. Have you moved to Lebanon?
I have not. I mean, a little bit. The Franklins, John Franklin, eye doctor in town, he's let me stay at his late father's house right now, so that's been a blessing. But my family has not moved out here yet. They're still back in Lewiston, Idaho.
Well, there's so many things that we can talk about this morning, and we know that you come from Lewis Clark State in Lewiston, Idaho, which is a long ways from Lebanon, Tennessee. And when did you officially start this job? Do you remember the date?
September 22nd, I think.
Okay.
When I got here, or 24th maybe.
Right, late September.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind, honestly, is we think about your background. You made the All-American team in 2004, and most valuable player in the World Series, College World Series there in 2006 when Lewis Clark State defeated Cumberland, by the way, in the national championship game. And then you've coached for 17 seasons, and then took on this job here in September. I guess the big question in my mind is why? I mean, I was thinking about this last night and even this morning. Different reasons came to my mind, and I won't elaborate all of them. And then to be honest, in a way, it's none of my business. But you seem to have a lot going for you there, and you've made the move to Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, my goal's always been to be a head coach, and when they rehired Jeremiah Robbins at Lewis Clark State College, that was a long time down the road if it was ever going to happen there. So, I mean, I thought about it. I wasn't really ready to quite leave. I was going to let my daughter probably graduate high school before I started really searching out, but I got a phone call, and they called me on September 17th and asked some questions, and I listened and came out here and saw the place, and once you get here, it's pretty hard to say no.
You had never visited the Cumberland campus and never been to Lebanon, Tennessee prior to that?
Nope. Been to Nashville once for a convention, and then spent some time down in Brentwood where my cousin lives. So I've never been out this way, but
well,
I've been close.
I was thinking of some of the reasons you might come to Cumberland, and if I was going to ask you that, one would be, well, would it be the beautiful campus? And you'll have to agree that it's a beautiful campus.
It's a very beautiful campus, and Woody and Ryan created a pretty good program that was pretty hard to say no to.
Yeah, and the facility there, which, now let me tell you this, I've been around a long time, but I remember playing baseball over there. I guess it was right before my freshman or sophomore year in high school, on that very field there, and all they had, if you can imagine this, all they had was a backstop. I'm not even sure that I think the infield had all grass on it. There were no fences, and you hit the ball. If you hit it over the road out there, it wasn't necessarily a home run unless you could make it. Now that's what it looked like. This would have been about 1955 or 6. But yes, Woody's coming. That's a wonderful facility.
Oh, it's beautiful. They've done a great job.
Well, as far as what have you? You're not. Hopefully, you're not disappointed so far.
No, not far from disappointed. It's been a pretty easy transition to come over here. It's a really good team. The guys have been great. It's been a fun process to go through and hang with those guys and create relationships.
Well, if you could compare the contrast, maybe the two programs at Lewis Clark State and Cumberland, what you know about Cumberland so far?
They're not much different. A lot of similarities. Really strong alumni base, a lot of pride into both teams. Both been really successful over the years, and the feel is a lot the same. You know, there's people out watching practice. There's people that really care about the program and want it to succeed, so that always makes it easier. And the towns aren't much different either. They're kind of a little smaller feel, big in the community, and so you can tell people really care about the program in the community and want to help and give and be part of it.
Well, what are you doing so far? Have you met the players? Are you even
We've
doing
been
some practicing?
Yeah, we hit the ground running practicing. I only had 6 weeks with them, and you usually get 8 during the fall, so they took a week or 2 off to give me time to get out here. And as soon as we got here, we started practice. We would almost be going every day. We do have to give them a day off once a week, but other than that, we've been getting after it.
What have you seen so far? As far as the talent, I'm sure you already knew some, maybe quite a bit about even the personnel and so on, but seeing it up close and personal is a little bit different. What kind of evaluation do you give it at this point?
We got a really good team. Cumberland, from being in the NEI program, you always knew they were going to be in the top 5, 10 teams in the country. With their facilities and their scholarships and all that, they always put a good team together, and it's even better than I thought it was going to be when I got out here. So I'm excited about our offense. I think we can really hit. We're definitely deep there. Haven't seen a lot of the pitchers, but we're starting to see a little more of them each week go live, and there's a solid core there that we're excited about. Numbers-wise, probably a little thin, so we'll probably recruit a couple at break just to help us out, get through the season. A little short in catching, had a catcher leave the program, so we're a one-man show with Dylan and LaRue, but he's a special player, so that helps, but definitely hard to make it through the season with only one catcher.
Well, let me ask you this, and we'll go to a break. What about your coaching personnel? You're the manager. We call them managers in baseball. You're a coach anywhere else, but it's pretty much the same thing. You're running the show, but you have to have some assistance to make it all work.
Yeah, I brought the pitching coach from Lewis Clark State with me. We've been close friends for a long time, and I coached him in 16 and 17, where he won 2 titles at LC back to back, and then he started coaching right after that. His name's Anthony Balderas. He's originally from San Diego, California, and played at Palomar Junior College. Grew up in the baseball world. His dad runs a facility and some travel teams down there, so he's been around the game his entire life, and he's my right-hand man, someone I can lean on and someone I trust, and he was my biggest hire, so I'm excited he came with me. And then the second hire I made was a kid named Brewer Webster. He's also an Idaho kid from Idaho Falls. I had him as a freshman, and we had a really good middle infield, and he fought hard for a spot, but he came back the next fall and kind of saw the writing on the wall that he probably wouldn't get much playing time, so he transferred to Salt Lake Junior College down in Utah, and after that he received a scholarship from the University of Utah, so he played 2 years there to finish out his career, he thought, but with the COVID stuff, he got an extra year at the NEI level, that 6th year, and he came to play with us last year up at Lewis Clark State, but had an injury and was never really able to get healthy. And he tried to play the last 2 years, but he hung him up a couple weeks ago, and lucky for us, he wants to coach, so we brought him up. He'll be running the infielders and a lot of the base running stuff, and he was a special player. He could really play defense, so he'll be good for those infielders, and he had a mentality like no other, so he'll help us instill that into our guys.
How many will you have all together?
Those will be the 3 coaches, and we have a grad assistant each year. Right now, we have 3 grad assistants were helping Woody out when before I got here. Preston Welchie, and then Carter Roth, who pitched last. They both played here last year, and then Antonio Costas, who's the grad assistant that runs the JV team.
So far so good, I'll take it.
No, it's been awesome. They've been a lot of help.
Just a little less than a month to be here on the top.
Yeah, it's been quick.
All right. Time for us to take a break. And if you just joined us, Coach Allen Balmer, the new coach, new manager, coach for the Cumberland Phoenix, is here, and we'll talk more after this break on Coleman Company, FM 98.9.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota, they have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator plus 0% financing. It's going on now to the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Right now, the biggest delay is coming down through Sumner County on 65 southbound there through Millersville around Bethel Road on 65 southbound. It's been living a line down through there for a couple of hours. It did some overnight road work up through there, and it just timed out with all that heavy traffic coming down through there on 65 southbound. Right now through Millersville, loading up with more volume 24 west past Bell Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway, all that traffic coming in from Murfreesboro. Hey, when you need dependable towing for your car or truck, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Your Titans traveled north to Lucas Oil Stadium this Sunday to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Farm Bureau Health Plans Titans Countdown is on the air at 2:30. Then Taylor Zarzer and Coach Mac, Dave McGinnis, have Titans and Colts Part 2 with a kickoff at 3:25.
Brought to you by Bates Ford, the City of Lebanon Gas Department, Steve Moe Plumbing, and the Jewelers. The Tennessee Titans on your sports leader in Wilson County, WANT FM 98.9.
Adrian Johnson is your experienced real estate and auction company. This is Jay White. Thinking about buying or selling your home? Adrian Johnson is ready to assist you with an experienced team of realtors. Adrian Johnson also specializes in residential, commercial, and personal property auctions, which reduces time on the market and have an exact selling date. Call the experienced professionals at Adrian Johnson, 615-444-0909. Adrian Johnson Realty and Auction, located at 728 West Main Street, Lebanon. Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday morning. And if you've just tuned our way, let me tell you, Coach Allen Balmer is with us this morning. He's the new coach for the Cumberland Phoenix. And one thing about it, you were playing for Lewis Clark, and actually was the most valuable player in that series in 2006 when Lewis Clark defeated Cumberland for the national championship. No doubt you remember that game.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Yeah. It's a little ironic that here you were on the team that defeated the national championship, even most valuable player, and then you come here to be their head coach.
Yeah, it was crazy. It happened really fast, and I'm glad they called because this is a special place, and I've always had respect for their program and Woody and Ryan, and they've always been a top program in the NAIA, and so we always knew about each other. So I'm glad they called me.
Well, let me ask you to compare the two, if you will. I mean, you've played there, you've been an assistant coach there, so you know all about the program at Lewis Clark. I'm sure you know quite a bit, and if you didn't, you know even more now that you've been here at Cumberland nearly a month. Compare the two.
Well, they're a little different, but the more I spend time around Cumberland, it just kind of reminds me of the same programs. Woody and Ed Sheff, both legendary coaches. They coached there for over 30 years plus. I think Woody made it to 40. And you go back and look at all the old records and how Woody kept things and wrote them down. There's just a lot of similarities between the two coaches. They probably had a little different style. Coach Sheff was wound pretty tight, if you want to call it that. So he got after it for sure. But through the stories I hear, Woody definitely got after it too. So there are a lot of similarities. But there's not a whole lot of difference. It's been kind of crazy.
Well, the facility at Cumberland here, I think it's Woody Hunt Stadium, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's really fine and well taken care of.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into it, and the turf field definitely helps it now too. Takes some work away, but it's a beautiful facility that we're excited to take care of. LC isn't much different. It's a beautiful facility. They host the NAIA World Series every year, so a lot of work goes into that facility. It's called Ed Sheff Stadium. So there's a lot of similarities between the programs with the two legendary coaches that ran it. And
well, I understand that part of being a baseball player at Cumberland means there's a little work that you have to do. Some of that maybe even in and around the stadium there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of work inside the stadium, but it's been fun to take care of it and, be there every day and see all the people that have put all the work in over the years.
Well, Coach, let me ask you about the alumni base, because there is a huge alumni base that Cumberland has. A lot of the former players, some of them still living here in Lebanon and Middle Tennessee, and a lot of them support the program. I guess if you haven't already, you're in the process of getting more acquainted with some of them and hopefully welcoming them and whatever they can contribute.
Yeah, I mean, like I was talking to Randy yesterday, those guys built the program. I mean, I know Woody was in charge of it, but he couldn't have done it without the players he recruited and brought in here. And, I mean, every year it looks like they got better and better with Woody and better players. And those are the guys that put their, sweat and tears into that place. And they're the reason why it's the program it is. So there's no reason to keep them away. I know that. We'd love to have them around as much as we can. They're just as important to a lot of other aspects to keep the program running in the right direction. So we're excited to meet them all and embrace them into the program.
Well, one person just can't run it takes a team of people, coaches, staff, whatever it is. I'm sure there are a lot of people who will refer you to somebody or mention somebody, and the wider network and base that you have in that area, the more you have to choose from. You're certainly aware of that, and work through that, I guess, as much as you can. Are you? Is that something you're constantly doing on the lookout?
Yeah. I mean, there's new people every day that I meet. The college does a great job. Coach Pabin runs a special athletic department. I mean, that's kind of when I got here on my interview, the first thing I noticed is how well ran the athletic department was and organized, and you could tell everybody knew what they needed to be doing, and that was a big selling point for me to say yes. And there's a lot of help right there on campus, lots of resources. They made it really easy on the transition, but there's definitely people I meet every day that are willing to help, learn new names every day, and there's a lot that goes into running a facility like that. Program.
I've got to mention Randy Salas. He does their games, of course, and I've known. I guess there's been two or three anyway, before him that did the baseball games, and they were all good. They all loved the Bulldogs, now the Phoenix, and all this, and then were to some extent excellent cheerleaders, let's say.
Yep.
But I have never seen anybody as dedicated as Randy Salas, and I mean, he is he takes it to the nth degree in promoting Cumberland baseball, and I mean, he even gave me some talking points for you this morning. Piece of paper I'm looking at right here, some things that I could ask you and this sort of thing. So Randy, as far as I know, is going to still be doing the play-by-play, and that. And his enthusiasm for the Cumberland Phoenix is, in my estimation, is unsurpassed. You got to know him much yet?
Yeah, I've had a couple breakfasts with Randy. Did the interview a couple days ago with him, and he's been great. And that's a big part of the program too. Is he's reaching a lot of people that listen to the games, especially parents and family that can't come to the games because you get a lot of players from out of town, and it's really important for our program for those people to listen in and see what their kids are doing. And like you said, he's always promoting the program, so it's always reaching new people and building that base.
Well, from what you've seen in 3 or 4 weeks here, what kind of team, how competitive you think you might be next year?
We're going to be competitive. Our goal is to win that conference tournament every year, win the conference, win the tournament, and make it out to Lewiston. I mean, I didn't come out here not to do that. I mean, that's what I've been accustomed to growing up in the program I grew up in, and my expectations haven't changed. We want to go be the last team standing on that field in Lewiston in late May and win a couple titles.
Well, not to give away any secrets or anything, but I'm just wondering. Some coaches are pretty strict disciplinarians, and I mean really come down hard at times and really stress discipline, this sort of things. Others are a little bit more relaxed, and as times have changed, we've seen a little more, I think, relaxation and some things that might be allowed that weren't 15, 20 years ago. Where do you fit in there at your own evaluation of yourself here?
I mean, the program I came from was definitely all about discipline, and Coach Sheff came down hard, really hard. He probably, like you said, he probably couldn't do everything he did back then now, but some of that stuff probably was okay to go, I would say. It probably wasn't right all the time, but I'm definitely more on that side. I just seen it work too much for it not to happen. I mean, there's a reason why, coaches like Nick Saban and those guys win multiple championships and just not one. It's because of the discipline, and they make sure everybody's following an order, and that's what's fair for the team. So it always keeps people closer together when everything's fair. So I'm more on that side. I understand that if you want to win at an elite level, that you have to have discipline to keep doing that and repeating that. So we're definitely going to keep those guys in order the best we can, and make sure they're giving the effort that we need to win a national title each day.
Well, one other thing, not sort of on that line here, especially in football, some coaches are known as more defensive-minded, some are more stress offense more. In baseball, you've got to be pretty good in both, but is to you, had you rather just go out here and outscore the opponent, or is it more fun to just to really play defense and have great pitching and stop that other team?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to be able to go out and out hit everybody, but it just doesn't work that way. Everybody knows when it comes down to the end, who has the best pitching is going to win that. And then with that comes playing defense. So we understand that pitching and defense are going to be the basis of the program. You have to have that, because you're always going to run into an arm or two late in the year that you're not going to score many runs on. That's why they are what they are. They're one of the top pitchers in the country, so it's not always easy to score 10, 12 runs off those guys. So you have to play defense, and you have to pitch. So we understand that, and I think that's where the discipline comes in a lot of times with focus and effort is on the defensive side, because it can be hard to sit there for 127 pitches in a baseball game and be focused each one. You never know when that ball's coming to you. So defense and pitching is definitely going to be what we stress a lot, just because we understand how important it is in the end.
Well, there's that old saying that good pitching gets good hitting, and I don't think that's changed.
No, it never will.
Well, the last thing is going to be an easy one for you. You, no doubt, being the baseball player, former player, and fan, and coach that you are, pay a little bit of attention to the pros. You got a special favorite baseball team in the National American League?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny from being from Lewiston, Idaho, but I've always been a Braves fan.
Really?
Yeah, the Mariners weren't on in my region in Idaho growing up, so the only thing on was the Superstation, Channel 55 back home, and 4:35 p.m. every day the Braves came on, and I became a Chipper Jones fan back in the day, and I've always been a Braves fan, but I'm a little, I don't know, not the happiest they got rid of Freddie Freeman, so.
Yeah.
But, so we'll see him. He might win another one away from there.
You'll fit in well here.
Yes,
there are a
right
lot of Braves fans here. Coach, thank you so much for taking time to be with us this morning. I hope this is not the only time that we get to see you again from time to time. Thanks for coming out.
I appreciate it.
Coach Allen Balmer, the new baseball coach at Cumberland, Phoenix, and that is going to do it for Thursday. Please join us tomorrow for Coleman and Company. Till then, I wish you a tremendous day.